rider, a Greek YouTuber. Sorry for my English and my pronunciation because I'm not a native speaker of English language. So I'm not an American, I'm not an Englishman, I am a Greek. Today I will try to make understand the differences between the old gearbox of the Mark V Goldwing vs the new manual Mark 6 Goldwing vs the new DCT Mark 6 Goldwing. So in my computer you can see I have opened three windows, the left, the center and the right. At the time don't pay attention please to the right window, just pay attention to the left window, this one, and the main window, the center window, this one. So in the left window you can see an RPM meter and a speed meter of the old Goldwing. In the center window you can see an RPM meter and a speedometer of the new Goldwing manual 6-speed. Here are the speeds. With the green button I have selected the 5th speed. Here with the green button I have selected the 6th speed. Honda claims for the Mark V Goldwing that the 5th speed is overdrive. For me it is not overdrive because an overdrive gear always cannot reach the maximum speed of a motorcycle. So in Goldwing Mark V we can reach the maximum speed with the 5th gear. So I ask you Honda, how it is possible to claim that the 5th speed in that bike is overdrive? It is not. Here I have selected the level but we are gonna to shift the gears. The 5500, the old model and the new model as well have the full power, the full horsepower. So let's make some tests. Let's go to the new Goldwing. Let's select 5th speed. The 5th speed at 5500 gives us 133 real true miles, GPS miles. The old Goldwing more or less give us the same miles. With the 4th speed 106 in the Goldwing. In the 4th speed 108 with the new Goldwing. In the 3rd speed 83 with the old, 85 with the new, 61 with the 2nd at the old, and 62 with the 2nd at the new. First speed maximum speed we can reach is 38 miles with the first speed, and in the new manual it is 40 miles. That means that the new manual gearbox it's slightly more longer than the old one, but very slightly. More or less I can say it's the same. The only difference is the 6th speed. Look at here, 5th speed, 5th speed. When I select 6th speed, I have a theoretically 170 miles. Of course this is a theoretical speed because the horsepower of the motorcycle it's not so much, it's not enough to break the resistance of the wind. Now let's go to see two graphs, the left one and the right one. The left one is old Goldwing and the new one is the new Goldwing. Now let's compare the two graphs. Please don't pay attention at the 6th speed because the 6th speed is overdrive in the new Goldwing. So in the first speed, if we add 33 miles to 38 miles, we go to 61. From first to second, Honda adds 33 miles. In the new Goldwing, from first to second, Honda adds 32 miles. From second to third, in the old Goldwing, Honda adds 22 miles. In new Goldwing adds 23, just 1 mile more. From 3 to 4, Honda adds 33 miles. From 3 to 4, Honda adds in the new Goldwing 35 miles, etc. As you can see, from here until here, and from here until here, and from here until here, everything is very linear, as it is in the opposite side from the old Goldwing. But from the 5th to 6th gear, there is a huge gap. This is a real overdrive speed in the new manual Goldwing. Now let's see some tables. We're gonna see the maximum RPMs, that is only 6,000. I will make increments of 250 RPMs, and at these increments you can see that a classic travel United States speed that is 70 miles. Now here of course it is right 71. It's almost the same. Fifth speed here 51 miles, 3000 for the old Goldwing, and with the fifth speed of the new Goldwing 72 miles, exactly the same RPM. So 72 miles, 3000 RPMs, 3000 RPMs, the old Goldwing just 1 mile less, 71. So it's exactly the same gearbox, because maybe it's a new motor, but more or less the new motor has the same horsepower with the old model. Everybody of course knows it. Everybody has, I guess, read the dynamometric diagrams from the old and the new Goldwing. So why Honda to change the good recipe? So everything is the same except the 6th overdrive speed to the new manual gearbox that makes the new Honda to has a better MPG. For the guys that are not from the United States and from England, I will say you that MPG is the average consumption of a bike. Now, I will close this window from the old Goldwing, okay, and I will move this window to the left, and I will move this window to the right. Let's stretch the windows, and now we have both the Mark 6 new Goldwing, the left with the manual and the right with the DCT, and as you can see here I have the number 7. That means I have a gearbox with 7 speeds. So let's do the opposite. Let's start from the 7 speed. Okay, let's downshift. So in the 7 speed I have 170 miles. The same for the manual Goldwing, but here I have 6 speed. 5th speed manual, 5th speed DCT, the same maximum miles at these particular RPMs, 5500. DCT, 5th speed, 180, manual, 4th speed, 180, DCT, 4th speed, 85 miles max, manual, 3rd speed, 85 miles max. So everything is the same for the last 4 gears in both models. This is the last 4 gears, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th for the manual, and the last 4 gears for the DCT are 4, 5, 6 and 7. The gear ratio is exactly the same. What it is changes, it's that the DCT has a closer gear ratio that is more preferable for faster acceleration, better for when you drive with pillion, especially uphills, for technical driving in canyons and on mountains, because we have more speeds, we have a more close gear box, and we can find the suitable gear for every single given turn in the canyons or on the mountains. Now let's select the first speed in the manual, and let's select the first speed in the DCT. You can see it is almost the same, a little bit longest, the DCT. You know why? Because we don't have a clutch to feather, so it is a little bit longer the first, not so, you know, not so jerky. This is why Honda select a little bit longest first gear in the DCT, because the lack of the clutch feathering, maybe it's a little bit jerky. Now, see the huge gap from first to second. Honda adds 22 miles, from 40 to 62. In the DCT from 41 miles, it goes just 52, only adds 11 miles. From second speed to third speed, the manual adds 33 miles, from 62 to 85. From second to third adds only 16 miles. As you can see, here with third we have 85, here with third we have 68. We must upshift and go to 4 to have 65. So we have very close ratio for technical mountain roads and canyons, and for pillions and for loads. Try to imagine that you are with your wife in the canyons and you go on the mountain, try to climb the mountain. The road is very technical, you have another one speed, the gearbox is very close, and all this is very beneficial. Also, if you try to make a quarter of a mile acceleration, of course with a DCT you will have better quarter of mile acceleration because the gear ratio is closest, and also because the time that the software consumes to make a gear change is 0.22 seconds. But an old school experienced driver, the better that can make as a faster change, a faster gear change, it's not less than 0.70 seconds. So if we have two Goldwings, one DCT and one manual, and we try to reach the quarter of a mile faster, of course the DCT will go faster to the quarter of the mile. Now let's see the graphs. As I told before, that here the 7th speed is the same with the 6th. Everything is the same. The last 4 gears are the same. So 6, 5, 4, 3 are the same with 7, 6, 5, 4 of the DCT. So all these gaps from here to here, 4th to 5, is the same with the 3 to 4th. The gap from 4th to 5 is the same like the gap from 5 to 6th, and the gap from 5th to 6th is the same from the 6th to 7th. But look, this distance from here to here, it's very short distance, and from here to here is very short distance. So first change, a close ratio, second change, very close ratio, third change, very close ratio. We change shifts in a very close manner. Here we change gears, we shift gears in a linear manner. Okay, now let's go at any given mile speeds with the increments of the RPMs. Let's go to the 69 miles, a classic touring speed. 69 miles, it's 2250 for the manual, and it's exactly the same for the DCT, because as I told you before, the 7th speed is exactly like the 6th speed, because once again I repeat that the last 4 speeds are the same for both models. So the difference, the huge difference, is the first 3 speeds to DCT are more beneficial because they are very, very close one after the other, but the manual gearbox has a classic shift pattern like the old Mark V Goldwing, the previous Goldwing. So it's I can say an old school gearbox, an old school long ratio with huge gaps, and the only benefit compared to the old Goldwing is just the 6th speed. For the people that are outside from America and outside from United Kingdom, I will press a button and I will make everything to kilometers. So I will press the shift and trace here, and I will press the shift and trace button there to the DCT. Now you can see that as I upshift gears, when the new gear engages to the gearbox, the RPMs is dropping. It's normal. Here, see the huge gap, because it's a very ample gearbox. With my indicator of the mouse, you can see a huge gap here. When I engage the second from 5,500, the RPMs drops to 3,500. But in the DCT, now I click here, look how close are the gearbox. Look, that only drops about 1,200 RPMs, and the gearbox try to hold the Goldwing to the area that the motor is the more torquey, according to the specifications that are given from Honda. This is why the DCT is very beneficial. Of course, some people that watch this video and are old school like me, because I'm 40 8 years old, maybe they will say I'm classic old school and I prefer the manual and the manual is better, but you say, as I have improved to you scientifically, that you never can have so fast changes with your foot and your left hand as with a software. And also, even if we suppose that you are very experienced and you change the speeds with the speed of the light, you miss one speed, and the gaps when the upshift, the upper gear engaged, are huge, so you lack of torque from the motor and you cannot accelerate as the DCT is gonna accelerate the quarter of the miles. Of course, it's not a race bike, but everybody is gonna drive this magnificent bike to canyons and to mountains, and everybody wants and likes to have one more speed, and this speed is not one more overdrive. This speed is one more close short gear. Okay, that was my video, and I explained you the difference between the new manual against the old manual, and the only difference is of course the sixth gear, that it is overdrive and give us a better average consumption, and once go DCT you never go back to manual. Leave your comments down below and I will reply you ASAP. And before I say to you bye bye, I will only say you this, that in the previous video I explained you how to remove the speed limiter, and if you remove the speed limiter you can reach, not with the overdrive speed, with the 5th speed on manual or the 6th speed in DCT, maximum real speed of 2040 kilometers. Look at this, 2040 kilometers, or if I do it to miles, it's 133 miles, not with the last of course speed, but with the previous speed, with the previous gear. Okay, look at it, 103, and if you ask me why to go 133 miles with a Goldwing, I will reply to you, why not? You've got 1850 cubics, why not? It's a huge bike, a big motor, a huge engine, why not? Okay, so enjoy your riding, happy Goldwinging, see you next time, thank you for watching.